In this video I'm going to show you how to configure BuildForge with WebSphere application server, also known as WAS. Before we begin, there's one step in the Rational BuildForge installation which you must have performed, and I've got a screen capture of it here and I want to show you. And it was the part where it asks you to supply your own application server. You should have selected yes if you want to integrate with WAS. For the purpose of this video, we'll assume that we've selected yes. And the steps to configure WAS are quite nicely documented in the documentation center under integrating BuildForge and WebSphere using WebSphere application server, and it's the first link there. So the first step is to open the console, and once you've got the console open, we're going to configure the JDBC driver settings. Okay, and if we go to environment, WebSphere variables, and we're going to select new, and the name of the variable as per the documentation is RBF JDBC driver path. I'll just copy that and paste it here, and the value is to the lib folder of my database installation, and in my case I've installed Oracle, and in my Oracle installation here is my JDBC library path. So let's copy that and paste it over here. Click OK. Now the steps also say to restart after you've saved to the master configuration, which we can do. So if I go to my services, IBM WebSphere, and let's restart. Okay, so as you can see, WebSphere has restarted, and if we go to the next step, is to create a shared library. So in the console, let's go to environment, shared libraries. Oh, because we restarted WAS, we need to log back in, which is not a problem. And once we're back in here, go to environment, shared libraries, and select new. Our scope is correct, and that's the name. And if we look at all the jar files in my JDBC lib folder, apparently I've got to specify each and every one of these. So for the purpose of this video, I've already noted them down here, and I'm just going to copy these and paste them over here. Okay, so we'll do OK, and again save to the master configurations. And there we have it. So our next step now is to actually install the BuildForge WAR files. As if we go to our WAS console, go to applications, application types, WebSphere enterprise applications, and click on install. Now we have to look for where the WAR file is, and for BuildForge 7 it's called the RBF-services WAR file. And if we browse for it, it should be under our BuildForge and prep for external. If this file is not there, that means that the option during the install, let's go back to that one. Oh, you had selected no. Because we selected yes, we actually have the prep for install folder created for us. And here we'll select the RBF services WAR file. Click next. Click next here. And the only thing we need to do here is to uncheck the create mbeans for resources. And click next. Now, next here. Next, so there. So basically we're just going to click next till we finish. Okay, so it looks like it's completed. So we can see here that it was installed successfully, and we'll save. And there we see that the RBF services WAR file has been installed. Now we've got to do the same thing for the BuildForge help WAR file. So we'll click on install, browse for the path, BuildForge help WAR file, open, and as before, just click through the next screens, click next, uncheck this, scroll to the bottom, click next, next here, and finish. And we hit save here again. Okay, and now we have the BuildForge WAR file also installed. So let's take a look at the next steps and go through documentation. We've done step 3 and step 4. And now we need to set the RBF JDBC library. So let's go back to our WAS console and go to Applications, WebSphere Applications, and select the RBC Services WAR file. And shared library references, and let's select this, click OK. Now we click the shared library references, select this, services layer login servlet. Okay. Save to master configuration. So let's go to Applications, WebSphere Enterprise Applications, select the RBF Services WAR, and here we select the shared library references and check the box for the services layer login servlet and click on this references shared libraries, and we're going to add this variable. Click OK and OK here, and we're going to make a save. So let's check what our next step is. We've done step 5 and we're at step 6, set the class loader order. So if we go back to our WAS management console, select the RBF services.war and go to the manage modules, and we'll select this, and according to the documentation we should be selecting classes loaded with local class loader first, parent last. Click OK, and let's save to the master configuration. Okay, go back to the steps, and it's saying that we should now see in the BuildForge configuration file a URL, the services URL. So let's go ahead and check. BuildForge, locate the buildforge.com file. There we go. And the services URL is correct. Okay, now we can skip step 9. That's mainly for Unix Linux systems, and we're at step 10, and we just simply need to add the token libs to our path variable. So first let's locate our token libs folder. Let's copy that, then we'll go to our environment variables. Let's locate the path, edit that, and I'm just going to add it at the beginning. Click OK, OK, and we're done. Now, in my installation it is a 64-bit WAS, so we're going to have to perform step 11. So we need to rename the current 32-bit library and pull in the 64-bit library. Let's go to our current one, and it's asking us to rename the rcl_rational.dll. Okay, and then we'll copy the one from the 64-bit one into this one, and it looks like we're done.